guys, welcome to Emblem of the Month. Oh, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. Hey everyone. Phew. Glad we got out of there, but I'm extra glad that I was prepared for it. Welcome to Emblem of the Month. Today we're going to be talking about the Preparedness Emblem. In the Preparedness Emblem of the Month resource, there are 4 lessons that you can do to complete all the required activities for the First Aider Emblem for Sunbeams, the Safety and First Aid Emblem for Girl Guards, the First Aid Emblem for Explorers, and the Emergency Preparedness Emblem for Rangers. Our resource includes a leader guide that breaks down the how of each lesson and shows an example of what it could look like, and a kid's booklet that you can print for each member to use for each of the activities. The first activity identifies the type of emergencies that we might run into. Watch a video as a troop about different natural disasters and what to do. Around the room, stage some fake emergencies and have kids identify how to respond. Consider drawing a mini fire started by matches, or laying a baby doll on the floor with some cleaner as if they accidentally swallowed it. Get your best acting on and have kids run to each section and respond. Then have your troop make emergency number cards to take home. Laminate them to keep as magnets or to put in their backpacks for quick reference. The second activity introduces basic first aid. Assess your first aid kits and update as needed. Then play a game where you assign each kid an injury card. As a troop, figure out what to do for each injury. Finish the day with a devotional on Luke 10:29 through 37, talking about the Good Samaritan. Then do a craft together with Band-Aids to remind them that we should be good Samaritans to our neighbors. The third activity goes deeper into disasters around the world. Do a Bible search for scripture about various natural events. Then reach out to your closest EDS director, find a local first responder, or contact FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, to see if they could send someone to speak to your troop about what to do during disasters. Finish the day by playing a relay game of packing a go bag or a stay box. Do this with either printouts or physical items. If you can, send kids home with go bags so they are ready for when disaster strikes. The final activity is actually a bonus. You can do all the required activities for this emblem in just 3 weeks, so if you'd like to, you can start the November curriculum a week early to make up for missing for Thanksgiving, or you can do one of these 3 activities. You can take your troop on a field trip to a hospital, clinic, or emergency room. You could do a first aid CPR training, or you can make a scenario of a natural disaster and gamify it by adding points for kids who can do first aid properly. Another important part of designing a troop's lesson is looking at what holidays or fun activities could connect to your emblem. October has all kinds of spooky things to connect with first aid. You could do pumpkin carving and have kids carve a disaster or an injury and do a guessing game to see what it is and what to do. You could also buy different candies that look like body parts and discuss as kids eat them what they would do if something happened to that part of their body. You could also present a natural disaster of a zombie apocalypse and have a less realistic version of a disaster to prepare for. Maybe it's less scary. There are also tons of movies that are spooky and have items to consider of how to prepare or respond in first aid. Just be careful to consider any spiritual concerns. Some cultures don't celebrate Halloween and some kids can get really scared, so add these items with discretion. A scripture verse to memorize as a troop is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. It's good to consider that while we must prepare for what could happen in the future, living a life of faith means trusting that we don't know the future. God is the only one who knows everything that's going to happen. Encourage kids with the fact that we cannot be prepared for everything, but the best tool to have in our go bag is faith in God and His character. God can get us through anything. Thanks for joining us for Emblem of the Month. We encourage you to share your troop activities on social media and tag us at State Network if you use any of the ideas or activities from this resource. We'd love to see your troop in action and highlight it on our social media. Just note that the youth department is praying for you and we appreciate all that you do. See you next time. Now I should really be getting my bags ready for that zombie apocalypse. See ya.